Good morning and welcome to Slow Flow, Strength Balance, Strength and Balance. My name is Jennifer, if I have not met you before. Let's go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat. If you have any props you want to use for your practice today, cushions, yoga blocks, maybe a yoga strap, then go ahead and grab those. One second here. Okay, technical difficulties. So come into your comfortable seat, propping yourself up as needed so that you can be nice and tall through your spine, comfortable in your body and your hips. If you prefer to be kneeling, you could be kneeling as well. And just take a moment to settle in, find that comfortable place within your body. Nice lift of the spine, a lift of the chest, and then go ahead and close your eyes. Your hands can be just resting on the knees if you like, palms down or palms up. If you prefer, your hands could be resting in your lap, or if you work with any mudra or hand placement, you can bring them there. Soften the eyes once they're closed, and now allow your attention to draw inward. See if you can take your focus away from any active thoughts, any distractions externally. Connect deeply into your breath. Begin to slow down your breathing, taking a longer, slower inhalation, and then matching that slow exhalation. Follow the breath as it moves up your body with your inhalation, and as it moves back down. Just keep drawing your attention, your focus, your awareness to this movement of your breath. Feeling a connection to your body, the breath. Feeling a connection to the earth beneath you. Feeling a sense of peace and light rising up through the body, which helps to uplift through our spine and our heart. And we'll start the practice off with a pranayama practice called Nadi Shodhana, which is alternate nostril breathing. We'll use our right hand with Vishnu Mudra by curling the index and middle finger into the palm of your hand so that the thumb, ring, and pinky are up. We'll use our thumb and our pinky finger to alternate blocking off our nostrils here. So starting with the thumb blocking off the right nostril, we'll take a slow inhale through the left nostril. And then blocking off the left nostril, slowly exhale through the right nostril. And then stay here as you inhale through the right nostril. Block the right nostril and exhale out the left. Again, stay as you inhale through the left nostril. Block the left nostril and exhale out the right. We'll keep this going. You always stay on the same side for the inhale. And then you switch for the exhale. Keep going, alternating, moving at your own pace. This breath practice brings a balance to the energies within us. Right and left side, our masculine and feminine energies, our sun and moon energies. Helps to balance the hemispheres of the brain as well. Helps us to really focus the mind here and present. See if you can even slow down the breathing a little more here. Allow the breath to be soft and fluid and feel as if light is moving with the breath within you, helping to awaken the light and radiance within you, helping to clear out any heaviness or negative energies. If for any reason this breath gives you a negative sensation within, you could just release it and focus on long, deep breaths. Otherwise, we'll take a few more rounds here. Tune in deeply to really feel the isolation of the breath moving up one side and down the other, and continuing that cycle. Deeply observe the differences in the sides, the energies within us that may differ, bringing this energy to balance. When the mind wanders, just bring it right back. Practice training the mind to stay present and focused, to not wander. And I'd like you to move through one more round of this breath. Finishing with the exhale out of the left nostril. So complete that full cycle to achieve that. Once you've completed that last exhale out of the left nostril, rest both hands back down to the knees. You can just match your hands whatever placement you had them in. Palms down creates a little more grounding effect, connecting to your body, the earth. Palms up, a little more open to receive energy, receptive. Hands in the lap can feel as a more meditative mudra. Just sit still here. See if you can keep the mind and the intention inward and just feeling the effects of that breath practice. Noticing any subtle shifts or changes within you. All right, go ahead and open up your eyes now. If you happen to be sitting on a cushion, you can remove that cushion. Pardon my cat in front of the screen right now. So that you're seated right on the ground. We're going to begin to move our body here now. So with the hands on the knees, giving a little support there. As you inhale, pull the body straight forward. Exhale, circle around in a circular motion here. Each inhale, you're going to pull the body forward, and exhale, circle around. We're breathing in and out of the nose here, and just creating a nice meditative pace and movement here, that the breath and movement are as one. We're starting to open up our physical body as well as the energy within, especially around the low back, hips, and pelvic area here. Feel free to close your eyes if you'd like again, or you can just keep them open and maybe a steady focus. Long, deep breaths, helping to awaken any stagnant energy within, clear out any tension in the physical body. Just moving at your own pace. Let's go ahead and move in the opposite direction now. Start to notice and observe where you might feel stuck or restricted, and just see if you can bring a little more fluidity in, utilizing the breath with these movements here. All right, and then go ahead and hold on to the knees. Lift up tall through the spine and the heart. Take a nice deep breath in. Take a gentle pause of the breath at the top. Just feel that uplifting of the energy. And then a release. Bring the arms open by the sides of the body now. The fingertips will touch the ground. As the fingertips touch, see if you can rise taller through the spine and the chest. A little pull in of the low belly there, so helping to support the spine. With a deep inhale, reach the arms all the way up, bringing the palms to touch, but keeping the shoulders relaxed. And then as you exhale, open the arms back down to touch the ground. You're going to do a few of these, just warming breath and movement here. Inhale, reach the arms open as you bring them up. And as you exhale, reach wide as you bring the fingers back down. Let's do 3 more here. So coordinating our breath with movement. Deep inhale as you lift up, like you have big wings here. Exhaling as you open wide. Let's do 2 more rounds here. Warming up the spine, the arms. Deep exhale. Filling up our lungs with this beautiful breath within us. 1 more full set. Next, inhale, bring the arms up. And as you exhale, bend to the right, placing the right hand to the ground and reach the left arm across your body, opening up through the left side body. Keep that left hip and sit bone grounded. Open up the chest, and then see if you can relax. Relax the right shoulder. Let the right ear fall towards right shoulder so we can feel an opening to the neck. And just breathe deeply here. Feel your breath creating space, opening into your body, clearing out tension. 2 more breaths here. And 1 more breath. And then pushing off the bottom hand, inhale, bring both arms back up. And exhale, switch it out, bending to the left. The left hand touches the ground, right arm moves across to open up that right side. Again, find some relaxation, softness into the bottom arm. Let the left ear drop towards the left shoulder. Keep the chest open. That right sit bone grounded. And then just deep, deep breaths into the right side body. Feel that full expansive breath opening up your lungs, your ribs, getting into the intercostal muscles. One more big breath here. And then pushing off the bottom hand, inhale, bring the arms back up. And exhale. Let's reach the arms behind now and interlace your fingers together. Now, if this doesn't work for you to connect the fingers, if you have something to grab onto that could be like a strap, a sock, a towel, you could grab there instead, widening the base. If you don't have that handy, maybe just press the hands to the low back with the palms facing away and then draw the shoulders back and lift the chest. This will create that opening to the chest and shoulders. Otherwise, if fingers are interlaced, start to pull the hands away from the spine any amount, deepening this expression. Lift the chest, allow the shoulder blades to gently hug together. And as we stay lifted here, draw your chin down into your chest and bring a nice stretch into the back and the sides of the neck here. Breathe deeply. Soften your jaw and your neck. keeping the chin down, just slowly bring the right ear towards the right shoulder so we can get a little more into the left side of the neck. Keep breathing here. Slowly shift the head through center and over to the other side, pulling left ear to left shoulder. Breathing into the right side of the neck. Still staying lifted through the chest and the spine, opening up through the heart. Move the chin back to neutral and then lift the head back up. Now begin to move into a forward fold. If it's okay to keep your arms behind, then feel free to do so. We'll deepen this opening into the chest and shoulders. If that doesn't feel good, you can release the arms forward at any time that you want. As you're moving forward, relax the neck. Allow the chin to fall into the chest here. And just start to feel the stretch moving into the spine, the hips. Breathe deeply. Just move within your own range without forcing anything. 2 more deep breaths wherever you're at. And then slowly lift your body back up. We'll release the hands back down to the knees here. Lift up through the heart. Roll the shoulders up and back 3 times. And just loosening up through the shoulders and neck area again. Let's move that in the opposite direction, up and forward. Take a moment to just be still, feeling the rise of the heart, the softening of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. All right, let's get moving a bit here. Come up onto your hands and knees into a tabletop position. Align the hands under the shoulders, separate the knees about hip distance apart here. Spread the fingers apart as well so that the fingers are helping to support the wrists. Press strong through the arms, pulling the chest in, and draw the low belly in as well. And just gazing at the mat, feel the length of the spine through the neck and out the crown of the head. With your inhale, cow pose, lift your chest, let the belly and the low back sway, tilting tailbone up. And then exhale into cat, tuck the belly, tuck the chin, press through the arms to round the upper spine. Let's move with a flow here. Deep inhale, open the chest, drop the belly, the low back, and exhale, curl and round. We're going to keep going through a few rounds here with our breath and movement as one. And we're focusing on moving a little slower today, so really cultivating deeper breaths, matching the movement. So we're not rushing through and really allowing to create this moving meditation with the breath and movement as one. And when we breathe deeper, we're oxygenating our body, our muscles, keeping the mind present. So each round offers us, each breath offers us possibly a deepening into the expressions we're in or the movements we're in. See if you can feel that. Just move through one more round here. And then come back to neutral. Pull the navel in, press down through the arms, and feel that length of the spine again. We're going to bring our knees together to touch now. It's kind of zipping up the inner thighs, narrowing the base there. And then reach your left leg straight back with the toes flexing down towards the ground. Notice if you dipped in your belly. Pull the belly in, so really feeling that strength of the core supporting you. Strength pressing out through the back heel. Now you're welcome to keep the hands down, just work the leg, or for more challenge, reach the right arm forward. Challenging the balance, the stability, and the strength here. Just breathe deeply, holding. Stay for 2 more breaths. Press into those bottom fingertips if you're starting to feel the wrist. And now slowly bend your back knee, reach your right arm towards your back foot, and just get as close as you can. Press and lift through the chest more, open up that right shoulder. If you can grab the foot, go for it, and maybe lift up higher. If that bothers the spine, then don't go that deep. And just keep breathing here. Lift through the chest, open up through the shoulder. Put a little pressure of your foot into your backhand. Just one more breath here. And then slowly as you inhale, extend the arm and leg long again. And then as you exhale, lower the left knee. We're going to open the right arm to the ceiling now, get widening through the chest. And then exhale, thread the needle, moving the right arm underneath the body. Rest down onto the shoulder and the side of the head. Now you can press into the left hand and just gently open the chest towards the ceiling more. For more, you could maybe reach the left arm up, wrap it around your spine into a half bind, and continue to open up the left shoulder. Breathing deeply into the bottom shoulder as well. If anyone wants a little extra challenge, try extending the left leg straight back. You could keep the toes down or maybe try lifting your back leg. You might topple over in this, that's okay. Just keep breathing, come back to the expression. Choose what works in your body, stay there. Just one more breath. Slowly release the left knee. We'll bring our left hand back down to the mat, pressing into the arm as you inhale. Open the right arm again, widen the chest. And then exhale, release the right hand back down to the mat and just neutralize the body here. We're going to switch this all out. So now extending the right leg back. Flex the toes down to the ground, pull the belly in, press strong through the arms. Gaze down so you feel that length all the way from your heel through the spine and out the crown of the head. Stay here, or adding the arm, it would be the left arm forward this time. Breathe. Again, feeling the stability, feeling your focus and your balance here and your strength. The breath becomes the strength when we need it. It's the calm when we need it. It's the focus as well. So utilize your breath here. Stay for one more breath. Slowly bend your back knee, reach your left hand towards your back foot, and just pause when you feel enough. For more, then reach for the foot, maybe you grab on, and you might even start to lift the chest and the back foot more. Just honor how your spine feels. You don't want to overdo anything or stress the body. Keep breathing here. And one more breath. Next, inhale, slowly lengthen the arm and leg long again. And then we'll lower the knee on the exhale, but then open the left arm to the ceiling. Widen through the chest, open the shoulder. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Move the left arm underneath your body. Rest down on the shoulder in the side of your head here. Now you can press into the right hand, gently opening up that right shoulder more. Or maybe reach the arm up, bend the elbow, wrap around your spine into a half bind. And if you want to take that added challenge on this side, maybe extend the right leg back and you might be able to lift the toes off the ground. Keep breathing wherever you're at, whatever expression you're in, opening the body. One more breath here. Slowly release the knee if it's up. Bring the right hand back down to the mat and then unwind. Open the left arm back to the ceiling with a deep inhale. And exhale, release that left hand down. Let's walk into a puppy dog pose. So keep the hips where they're at. Walk the arms and the upper body forward and bring your forehead to the mat. If this feels intense for you, you can have a slight bend of elbows and just keep the body slightly propped up. Otherwise, you're finding this deep expression to open up chest, heart, shoulders. Softening that space between the shoulder blades. And allowing the head and the neck to relax, but the forehead can meet the mat. Just feeling that connection inward. Feel the connection to the earth beneath you as well, and just breathe deeply. One more breath here. And then slowly slide your elbows back. So your elbows are underneath your shoulders here. You're on your forearms. Press strong through the arms, pulling the chest away from the mat. I'm going to scooch forward here. Feeling the strength into the chest, pectoral muscles, as well as the arms. Pull the low belly in as well. And one leg at a time, we're going to step into a forearm plank. So both feet will be at the back of the mat here. Stacking the heels over toes, press down through the arms, pull the navel in. Firm up through the thighs. If this feels like too much, just drop the knees. But rather than keeping the hips up, you want to gently press the hips down. Wherever you're choosing to be, let's stay here 3 more breaths as we build some inner strength through the whole body here. Deep inhales, and as you exhale, see if you can pull the navel in tighter. 2 more breaths. Keep pressing strong through the arms. 1 more breath. Now very slowly with control, lower your hips, but keep the chest lifted. Hips down, release the tops of the feet to the mat, and then see if you can pull your chest forward and up in a Sphinx pose. If this feels like too much for the low back, you can move the elbows farther forward, which will decrease a little bit of tension in the low back. So feeling that strength of the arms, keep the navel drawn in to support the low back as well, and then feel the lift of the chest here. Now your head can stay neutral, or you can drop the chin down, feeling another little release into the neck, maybe even a gentle sway of the head side to side. Couple deep breaths here as we create an opening to the low back, strength of the arms. Just do 1 more breath here. And then go ahead and lower all the way down, bringing your forehead back to the mat. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Squeeze the elbows by the ribs, so activating and strengthening the arms. I want you to press strong into the tops of your feet. Keep the belly in. Using the arms, inhale, peel the chest up any height. Cobra pose. Could be just a little or as high as your body allows without stressing out the low back here. Keep the elbows hugged in, the back of the neck long. Let's take 1 more breath. And right from there, we're going to tuck the toes and move into a downward facing dog. Press the hips back, stretch strong through the legs. See if you can push the heels towards the back of the mat. They may not touch, that's okay. And you can always keep a slight bend in the knees, because rather than rounding the back, we want to move our chest towards our thighs. Also feel like you're wrapping your arms inward towards your chest, which helps to support the shoulder joints. Breathe deeply here. You're welcome to stay still. If you want to add a little movement, maybe pedal out your legs, bending one knee first and then the other, just feeling a deeper stretch and opening into the legs. Keep your breath fluid and steady. Just do 1 more round of breath here. And then settle into a nice strong down dog again. Equally press the heels to the mat. Keep the strength of the arms as well. Let's take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Look to the top of the mat. Let's walk the feet forward, coming into a standing forward fold. Separate your feet about hip distance apart here. Grab your elbows and we'll hang into ragdoll, just allowing the body to hang heavy here. Chest coming towards the thighs, and if that doesn't happen for you, by bending the knees, that might allow you to hang forward with a little more comfort. Relax the neck, soften the jaw, breathe deeply. If it feels nice, you might even sway side to side a couple times here. And let's take 1 more breath. Release the hands back down to the mat. We'll bring the right hand right to the center of the mat. Now here's where, if you have a yoga block or something to put your hand on, if you want a little more height, you could do so, or your hand will stay on the ground. We'll open the left arm to the ceiling. Now both knees might need to stay bent, or you might be able to straighten the left leg and bend the right knee, which will help to open up the chest more. Using a block might help that as well. If you're able to touch the ground, then feel free to stay there. Feel that you're lengthening forward through the chest and spine and then opening wide here. Breathe deeply. If you want to add on the bind, you can wrap your arm around your spine towards the opposite hip. Creating a gentle twist in the spine as well. 1 more breath here. Slowly release. We'll switch it out. So the left hand comes center, either on the ground or a block. Open the right arm. Again, both knees can stay bent, or maybe you're working to straighten right leg, bending left knee deeper. Lengthen the chest and spine forward, and then open up the top shoulder. Maybe the arm stays up or could wrap around into a bind. Again, just keep that breath flowing. One more breath here. And release. Let's soften both knees now. Tuck your chin into chest and slowly roll up through your spine, moving one vertebra at a time. Once you're standing, float the arms all the way up overhead, bringing the palms to touch. And then draw the hands at the heart center. Take a little pause. Once the hands are pressed together at the heart, let the elbows widen. Feel free to close your eyes or just have a steady focus. And then just for a moment, feel grounded into the earth beneath your feet. A strong action of the legs, navel in, and a lift of the chest. Take one more deep breath here. And whenever you're standing, your legs can be apart about hip distance or your feet can be together. Whatever serves you better here. I'll leave that up to you. With a deep inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead, keeping the hands apart, the shoulders down. And then exhale, bend the elbows, drawing the elbows back and together, and feel a lift and opening of the chest. Inhale, rise back up, bringing the palms to touch. As you exhale, draw the hands through the heart center and fold forward. Inhale, come to a halfway lift, pressing against the shins. Pull the chest forward and lengthen out through the spine. Exhale, we'll step into a high plank. So this time, just like our forearm plank, but now pressing straight through the arms, the body comes into one straight line. Again, for extra support, just drop the knees, but keep the hips pressed low. Pull the navel in, firm the thighs, press away from the mat through the arms. We'll just stay here one more breath. And for our first chaturanga flows, we're going to take a modified version, Ashtanga. Drop the knees to the ground. And then hugging the elbows by the ribs, we're going to bring our chest and chin as well, but keep the hips up. So we have a slight little arch of the low back. Arms are super active, hugging the elbows by the ribs. So your chin and chest are barely touching the ground. The hips are lifted. Stay here one more round. And then release the feet and the hips down. As you inhale, you're going to pull the chest forward and up back into a cobra. And then exhale, tuck the toes and move into downward facing dog. Stretch the body out. Breathe deeply. Relax the neck here. That little sequence we did will be our Surya Namaskar A, and we'll move through a few rounds. Again, we're moving at a slower pace, so deep breaths with the movements, building some strength here. As you inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, you can walk or hop into your forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, release forward. Inhale, stand up, sweeping the arms up. Bring the palms to touch. And exhale, hands at the heart. So here we go, moving with breath. Nice deep breaths. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, cactus arm back bend, drawing elbows back, lifting the chest. Inhale, arms back up so the palms touch. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step into a high plank. Take a pause here. As you inhale, drop the knees, keeping the belly in. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Hips stay up, elbows hug the ribs. Just pause there. Next, inhale, flip the feet, release the hips. Inhale, up to cobra, lifting chest. And then exhale, tuck the toes and move back to down dog. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. And exhale, hop or step forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, release forward. Inhale, rise up, bringing the palms to touch overhead. And exhale, hands at the heart center. Let's go one more round here. Deep breath in, lift the arms up. And exhale, cactus back bend. Open up wide through the chest. Inhale, back up, palms touch. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, step to high plank. Take a pause. Pull the navel in. And your inhale, just drop the knees. And exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Hips stay up. Squeeze the elbows by the ribs. Inhale into cobra. Release the feet. Lift up through the chest. And exhale, press to downward facing dog. Let's take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. And exhale, hop or step, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, release forward. Inhale, rise back up, bringing the palms to touch overhead. And exhale, hands to heart. Now take a pause here. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Good. Let's bring the legs together this time if they're not. And as you inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up into a steeple grip. So interlacing all the fingers together with the index fingers released. Stretch up through the arms, but keep the shoulders down. And then squeeze the inner thighs together. Take an inhale. Exhale, bend to the right, coming into this crescent moon shape, Ardha Chandrasana. Feel that nice opening through the side body, equal strength and weight in both legs and feet. Deep breaths here. Next, inhale, rise back up. And exhale, bend over to the left, pulling that right arm across, making sure to keep equal weight in the feet, the legs strong, navel in, and just a steady breath here. Stretch through the arms. And inhale, rise back up. Now as you exhale, we're going to come into a chair pose now with airplane arms. So bend the knees, sweep the arms back. Reaching the arms behind and squeezing the arms together, opening up through the chest. And rather than tucking your tail under, move your seat back like you're trying to sit into a chair, putting all the weight in the heels. Feeling the glutes there. Scoop in the low belly. This will support the spine. And gaze slightly down and forward to hold the neck long. Now breathe deeply here. Just feel the strength you're building in the legs, the opening through the chest, the strength of the arms. Focus your eyes, focus your mind. Build strength and endurance here. 2 more breaths. Now, option to keep the airplane or interlace for a bind and see if you can pull those arms away from the back. We'll take 1 more inhale. And then exhale, moving into a forward fold. If you have the bind, you could keep it, folding with the bind, or you can release your hands back down to the ground. We'll just take 1 more breath here. And then everybody release the hands back down to the mat. As you inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. Exhale, step into high plank, take a pause. Now we're going to take a full chaturanga here this time, keeping the knees up. Unless you prefer, you can drop the knees down. Take an inhale. This time as you exhale, you can lower all the way to the ground or halfway. Chaturanga Dandasana. Flip your feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Knees up would be up dog, knees down cobra. And then exhale, tuck the toes, press back to down dog. Breathe deeply here. Take 1 more round of breath. Nice and slow, inhale the right leg up to the ceiling. Feel that stretch out through the back heel. Exhale, step the foot forward between the hands. We'll lower the left knee down to the mat. Squeeze the inner thighs together as you sweep the arms up for stability here. If you just dip into the hips, then there's no strength there. So a little hug in, but allow the hips to drive forward. Pull up through the chest, shoulders relax down the spine. I'm going to come back into a steeple grip here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bend to the right. So again, opening up the left side body. The more the hips drive forward, the more you'll feel into that left hip flexor. Again, keeping a little squeeze of the inner thighs. Chest is open. Breathe deeply here. Full breaths. And just 1 more breath. And as you inhale, lift your body back up. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat around the sides of the foot. Now, if you want to use yoga blocks, you could use those under your hands for a little height there. Slowly shift the hips back into a half split. Straightening the front leg as much as you can. So yoga blocks might help by bringing the body up. It might help to straighten. If you have the range within your body, you can walk the arms forward more. Bring your chest towards your thigh. And then breathe deeply into the hamstring. Relax your neck and your jaw. Stay with it. Steady rhythm of breath. Keep the mind focused, the attention here. One more breath. Good, let's shift back into our lunge. Rebend the front knee, plant the hands around the foot. You can be on yoga blocks if you want. Tuck your back toes under and lift the back knee. Now maybe propping yourself up to fingertips or blocks. See if you can pull the chest forward, lengthen the spine. Drive energy out the back heel. Hold here, 2 breaths. Feel the strength of the legs, the opening of the body. One more breath. And we'll slowly shift into a wide pyramid here, working to straighten the front leg again. Those yoga blocks might come in handy for more comfort. If this feels like too much, you can't quite straighten the front leg, you could bump the back foot in closer as needed. And also you could prop your hands on your shin if that helps. Otherwise, you can be in a wide stance, keeping that right hip pulled back, and then allowing the chest to come towards the thigh. Breathing deeper into that right hamstring, relax the neck and jaw. Take one more round of breath here. Let's return to the lunge. Rebend the front knee. Plant the hands firm again, whatever your surface is. And now we'll open the right arm into a twist. Keep the energy out the back heel. Widen the chest. Lengthen the spine. Press strong into your left arm. Option to wrap into a half bind if you like. And breathe deeply here. Nice. Open that top arm again. We'll move into a side plank from here, keeping the strength in that bottom arm. Now, one option is to drop the back knee, rotate the body to the side, and extend your leg out for this version of a side plank. If you want a stronger version, drop the back heel with the knee lifted and step the right foot to meet the left. Lifting the hips, open the chest, and feeling the strength underneath the left side body and arm. You could always try lifting the top leg. 2 more breaths wherever you're at. Breathe and bring the strength in the body. 1 more breath. Slowly return to your high plank, your version of a Chaturanga Dandasana, or you could go directly to down dog. Start with an inhale. Knees can be up or down. Exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Flip the feet, inhale, cobra or up dog. And exhale back to downward facing dog. Breathe deeply here. Feel how good it feels to stretch the body out in your down dog now. We'll switch this to the other side, so nice and slow. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Really press out through the back of the heel. Exhale, pull the knee forward and step your foot between your hands at the top of the mat. Lowering the right knee down to the mat now. Give a little squeeze of the inner thighs together as you rise up. So that little hug of the inner thighs brings our stability, strength, as we deepen into the hips here. Good. We come back into our steeple grip. Take a deep inhale and exhale, bend to the left. And as the arms move across, again, we're creating that crescent shape and that opening into the whole right side. If you drive the hips forward a little more, you'll get more of a stretch into that right hip flexor. Just keep breathing, though. Find your range. Try not to force or overdo anything. You want your yoga to feel good. Two more breaths here. And one more breath. Inhale, bring the body back up. As you exhale, release the hands down. We'll shift into our half split, bending or straightening the front leg again, shifting the hips back, but keeping the hips elevated over the back knee. This provides a deeper stretch. Again, prop yourself up as high as you need to help lengthen the hamstring. If you've got it in you, you can walk it forward more. Wherever you're at, see if you can soften rather than resist or hold tension. Utilizing those deep, deep breaths, moving through the body to clear out the tension. Notice your jaw, any tension there, let it go. Good, one more breath here. Shift yourself back into a lunge, walk the hands around the front foot. Tuck your back toes under and lift the back knee. So again, you can be on yoga blocks. Maybe you want to come up to fingertips or fists, so that can help you to lengthen the chest forward, driving energy out the back heel and stretching deeply into the hips. Hold this for 2 deep breaths. Slowly shift your hips back. We move into our wide pyramid, but you can make any adjustments you need. You can prop your hands up higher. If you need to, you can bring your back leg in closer, helping to straighten the front leg. Tuck the left hip back a bit here. Relax the upper body, the neck and the jaw, and just breathe into your body. One more breath here. Shift back into your lunge, rebending the front knee, walking the hands forward again if they're not there. Keep that back leg active. Open up the left arm now. Widen the chest, open the shoulders. Feel that rotation of the spine. Strong action of the legs, navel in. Optional half bind if you did on the other side. And just keep breathing here. Feeling the strength you're building in the right arm, pressing down into the mat. We'll open the top arm up if you are in the bind. Move into a side plank. So again, one option is to drop the bottom knee and then extend the leg back. Other option is to keep the knee lifted, roll on the edge of your foot, step the left foot to meet the right. Firm up the legs, side plank. So we're feeling that plank feeling of the body in the side position. Press strong through the bottom arm, open chest, possibly lifting top leg. Breathe deeply here. One more breath. We come back to our high plank in your way. You can go right to down dog. You can move through a chaturanga flow, knees up or down. Take an inhale to prepare, moving with breath. Exhale, slowly lower. Move slowly here. Inhale, flip the feet, lift the chest. And exhale, press it back to downward facing dog. Deep breaths here. Stretch out the body. One more round of breath. Look to the top of the mat. You can hop or walk yourself into a forward fold. As you inhale, lengthen the spine halfway. And exhale, fold forward. Separate your feet to about the edge of your mat, wider than the hips here. Rotate the toes out, then start to bend your knees and come into a squat, malasana. So we're working towards bringing the hips down with the heels down and the knees open. If you find you're doing this action, you may need to shift the toes, a wider stance, or stay a little higher here. Also, if the heels want to come up, stay higher to start out. Lift up the chest. And if you've got it in you, you can bring the hands at the heart and use the elbows to press open the thighs. So this way we're building strength, maintaining the alignment, uplifting through the chest, and opening through the hips. Feel free to close your eyes or just maintain a steady focus and breathe deeply. So this posture, great to open up the hips, to release tension in the spine, but it's strength building as well. Actively lift your chest, actively open up your thighs, and breathe deeply here. Stay with it 2 more breaths. One more breath. Then release the hands to the ground. Slowly stretch the legs. Bring the feet about hip distance apart with the toes facing forward. And then I'm going to give you a couple options here. Stretching the legs again, but you might want to stretch the wrists. You can lift your feet up, slide your hands under. Palms are facing up. The toes might meet the wrists, and that's going to give a little stretch as you put pressure down to the wrists. And then pulling yourself into a fold. If that doesn't work, you could grab onto your big toes with your 2 peace fingers. Use the arms to pull this way. At any point, you can keep the knees bent so that you can help bring the body lower. But we're working towards straightening the legs now. Relax your neck and jaw and just breathe deeply, whatever expression you're choosing to be in. Take 2 more breaths here. See if you can shift the weight a little more forward, opening the legs a little more. Last breath here. And then release the hands from the feet. A little bend to the knees as you tuck your chin in, roll back up through the spine. We'll let the arms sweep up overhead, bringing the palms to touch. And then draw the hands at the heart center. Take a little pause again, maybe close the eyes or just a steady focus. Again, feel grounded through your feet, strong through the legs, lifted through the heart. One more round of breath. Let's bring the feet together if they're not. Shifting the weight into the right leg, let's open up the left knee, placing the left heel on the inner right calf or ankle there. And then you might just try this balance of tree pose by lifting the toes up, keeping the heel connected. Or you could slide your foot just below the knee or place your foot above the knee. You want to avoid being on the knee though. Vrikshasana tree. So we just opened up our hips. We want to feel that opening here. Stability and strength of our core. As the left thigh is opening, the right hip is strong and stable. Hands pressed together, firm. So you're feeling all this pressure into the midline to stabilize. Maintain a steady focus and breath. If you want to challenge a little more, you can bring the arms up and open to a V. Grow your branches. Stay strong with the breath. Good. Now arms can be up towards the ceiling or hands can be at the heart if you prefer. Pull the navel in and then release the foot off the thigh, pulling the knee forward for a one-leg Tadasana. Feel a little hug of the inner thighs, navel drawn in and a rise up through the spine. Steady focus. Stay here. Take one more deep inhale. As you exhale, we'll move into a warrior 3 with airplane arms. So as we kick the left leg back, arms are going to move back like we did in our chair pose. Crown of the head reaches forward. If you need a little bend to the front knee, feel free to take it. Feel the strength through the back leg, navel in, and a squeeze of the shoulder blades. Hold strong and steady. One more breath. And then with control, we're going to step the left foot to the back of the mat, bending front knee, coming into a crescent lunge. Really strengthening that front leg. Lift the chest, lift the arms. Feel the action through the back heel, a deep bend in the front knee. If you need to, you can have a soft bend in the knee. Pull the belly in and lift the chest. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, bend the elbows, and we'll come into that cactus arm and just pause. So you could keep the spine straight if the low back is feeling this, or you might move towards a back bend. Just hold steady. 2 more breaths here. Build the endurance and strength. 1 more breath. Now as you inhale, we're going to straighten the arms and straighten that front leg. Challenging the balance, squeeze the inner thighs, keep pressure in the front big toe, really lift up the belly, the front hips, and the chest. Take 1 more inhale. As you exhale, legs stay straight. Rotate the body open to a standing triangle pose, upright. So the left toes facing the side of your mat, right toes facing forward. If at any point you need to adjust your stance, feel free to do so. Keeping the hips lifted, as you inhale, bring the right arm up and move into a side bend for a reverse triangle. Left hand can slide down the leg, or you might wrap around the low back here. Reach back with that top arm. Careful not to bump the hips back. You want to keep lifted up, navel in. Breathe deeply here. Feel your core strength supporting you in this posture. One more round of breath. And then lift your body up, open the arms wide, take an inhale. As you exhale, move into full triangle now. So shift the hips back this time as you reach as far forward as you can through the right arm. Lower the right arm down and lift the left arm up. Now you could press your hand to shin for a little support or just use your full core as support here. Open wide through the chest and arms. Keep the navel and ribs in. Just breathe. If the hand can move closer to the ground, feel free. You could also have a block there. One more breath here. Now with the inhale, start to reach your top arm overhead, and amount that works in your body. As you exhale, we're going to sweep the body forward between the legs, rotating to the side of the mat for a wide-legged forward fold. Both toes facing the side of the mat, hands on the ground or blocks if you need, and then pulling your chest towards your thighs. You can either grab your ankles or big toes if that works, or be on the ground or blocks. Notice if your back and your heels, shift the weight forward a bit, really deepening the opening of the legs, holding strength of the legs as well. Then relax your neck and your jaw and just breathe deeply here. Two more rounds of breath. Last breath. Bring the fingertips back down, lengthen up your spine, and then firm up the legs, and we'll stand back up, opening the arms wide. Turn the front toes to the top of the mat, rebend the front knee, we're back, or we're into a warrior two. We actually haven't come here yet. So if you feel that with your stance, your knee is going past your heel and toes, widen your stance so you can really align knee over heel, pressing both thighs open and driving into the back leg. Then reach out wide through the arms. Now gaze over your front hands with a strong warrior stance and focus. Breathe deeply here, feeling the strength and the opening into the legs and the hips. Keeping the legs as they are, inhale, reverse your warrior. Right arm lifts up and back. Again, the left hand can slide down the leg or maybe wrap around the low back for a half bind. Continue to deepen the side bend as you keep a bend in the front knee and the thigh open. Breathe here. Find a comfortable place for your neck. So if anything feels strained, you could try changing, turning up or down. One more breath here. So you inhale, lift the body back up, and exhale, move into extended side angle, bringing the body forward. Now you could rest your forearm to your thigh or reach the hand towards the ground or be on a block here. You want to open the chest wide, lengthen the right rib forward. Spread open here, opening the heart. Options could be wrapping into a half bind with the top arm. If you've got a full bind, bottom arm can reach around behind, grabbing the fingers together, making sure we open up the chest and keep breathing here. I know you're feeling the legs, so just keep breathing into them. One more breath here. Good. Open the arms back up with a deep inhale. And as you exhale, return to your lunge. Pick up the back heel again. Now we're going to shorten the stance and come back into a pyramid pose. So stretching out that right hamstring again. Pulling the right hip back heel down on the ground. But right from here, we're going to move into a revolved triangle. So left hand comes closer to the right foot. You can be on a block. First, place the right hand to the hip, stabilizing, and then rotate open to the right, finding a twist here. Hand can stay to hip or reach up towards the ceiling. Notice if that right hip is moving forward, pull it back. And then just breathe deeply, the expansion and opening of the upper body, the strength of the legs. Two more breaths here. One more breath. And then slowly release the hands back down to the mat. Bend the front knee. Now we're going to stand on the right leg. Kick your left leg up to the ceiling into a standing split. Lifting the leg to a level that you can manage. If you need a little lift of the hands, you can be on blocks, or you could also bend the bottom knee in order to reach the ground better. Then pull your chest towards your thigh, bringing your head towards your knee as well. And just breathe deeply into the standing split. Strength and opening into that right hamstring. If you want to test your balance, you could grab your right leg with one hand or maybe even both. Just one more breath here. We'll release to a forward fold, so releasing the left foot to meet the right, soften the knees and the spine. And as you inhale, just slowly roll back up through the spine. Sweep the arms up overhead. Bring the palms to touch. And then exhale, hands at the heart. Feel free to close the eyes and just breathe. Restabilize, reground. And guess what? We get to do this all on the other side. That's the beauty of it, right? So starting with the hands at the heart, shift the weight into your left leg. Bend the right knee, opening the knee to the side. Press your right heel against your left ankle or calf. First, just stabilizing the left side here. And then moving into tree by sliding the foot either just below the knee or placing the foot just above. Feeling the pressure of foot to thigh, hand to hand, stabilizing. And then as that right thigh is opening, we're stabilizing the left hip. Steady focus and breath here. If you did other side, you might again try lifting the arms open to a little V and just breathe. One more breath. So hands can be at the heart, or you can just bring the arms straight up if they're up. Pull the belly in and then release the foot, pulling the right knee forward into your one-leg Tadasana. Keep the lift through that left side, through the spine. Steady focus. Stay here. Take an inhale. Exhale, warrior three, airplane arms. As you extend the right leg back, the arms move back as well. Chest counterbalances forward. Reach energy out the crown of the head and really reach out the back heel. If needed, you could soften the bottom knee for more stability. Then squeeze those shoulder blades together and pull the navel in. Steady breath and focus. One more breath here. Slowly soften the bottom knee, step the right foot to the back of the mat, crescent lunge, arms rise up. Squeeze those inner thighs right away for stability. Find a deep bend in the front knee and an action out the back heel. If the back is strained, just bend the knee a little bit here. Lift up through the chest, take an inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, draw the elbows back and lift the heart. Feeling this cactus arm again. Just be mindful of the back. You can always keep the body slightly forward and just focus on that upper arm sensation. 2 more breaths. Inhale, arms rise back up. And exhale, we bring the arms back down to the ground. Am I doing this in the right order? No, sorry. I forgot. And you inhale, straighten the left leg, arms come up. I knew where I wanted to go. I couldn't remember how I got there. So stabilizing the legs, stabilizing the focus, lift up through the body, lift the front belly and hips. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, slowly rotate the body to the side of your mat, dropping the back heel. Front toes stay pointing forward. Now lift up the hips. So rather than letting that right hip sass back, you want to keep lifted. Take an inhale into a reverse triangle. Left arm lifts up and back. Right arm slides down the leg, deepening that side bend stretch. You could wrap into a half bind if you did on the other side. Deep breaths here. Feel the core engage, supporting you in this posture. One more breath. And then as you inhale, bring the arms open again, legs stay straight. Exhale, begin to shift right hip back as you reach forward with the left arm. Lower left arm, reach the right arm up. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Keep the chest open, pulling the left rib cage forward. Navel in, ribs in. Use support if you want, or continue to deepen if you have that in you. Keep breathing here. One more breath here. Nice and slow as you inhale, bring the top arm overhead, and then exhale, sweep the body forward and rotate to the side of your mat. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide forward fold. You're welcome to take the same expression. The hands can be wherever you like, or this time you might interlace fingers behind the back into a bind, moving the arms overhead as you deepen into your fold. Choose what works best for you and just breathe deeply. Try not to lock the knees or rock into the heels, so a little shift forward of the weight. We'll take one more deep breath here. First, release the arms to the ground if they're not there. Lengthen the spine to a halfway lift. Strengthen the legs. And as you inhale, stand up, arms open wide. Exhale, bend the front knee, turning the toes forward, come into warrior two. Widen the stance as needed so you can keep the knee over the heel as you feel a deeper stretch and opening into hips. Left thigh pressing open, energy into the back leg. Stretch through the arms, open chest. And the gaze over front fingers so you have a nice strong stance and focus. Breathe deeply here. Keeping the legs, inhale, reverse warrior. Left arm lifts up to move back into a side bend. Right hand either down the leg or wrapped into a half bind. Notice the front leg. Keep the thigh open, the knee bent. Just keep breathing here. One more deep breath. Lift the body back up, open the arms wide, take an inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, body moves forward. So again, you can rest the forearm to the thigh. Try not to just hang out there though. Keep a lift and a strength through the body. Or the bottom arm can reach to a block or towards the ground. Open the chest, spread open wide. And then you can either stay with the arms here, maybe half bind, maybe into a full bind. Steady breath. One more breath here. Open the arms, take a breath in, and exhale, release the hands back to the mat. You're going to pick up the back heel, and then step that front foot in a little closer so you can come back to a pyramid, this time grounding through both heels, working to straighten front leg. You can use blocks under hands as desired. And then this time we're going to pull the chest forward, lengthen the spine, move the right hand closer to left foot, and then open the left arm into revolved triangle. As you open, keep pulling the left hip back and driving into the right heel into the mat. Lengthen the spine, open the chest. Possible half bind if you did other side. Breathe deeply. And one more breath here. Release the left hand back down, bend the front knee a bit, and then we shift onto the front leg to lift that right leg to ceiling into standing split. Again, feel free to bend the bottom knee to help reach the ground or use blocks. Pull your chest towards your thigh, bring your forehead towards your shin or knee. If you want an added challenge, one hand or both hands can be on the left leg. Continue breathing. One more breath here. And then soften the bottom knee as you step back to a forward fold, relaxing through the spine. Again, let's just slowly roll up through the spine. Sweep the arms up overhead, bringing the palms to touch, and then draw the hands at the heart center. Take a pause. Again, maybe close the eyes or a steady focus. Breathe deeply. Feel your body settle and ground into the mat. Feel the rise of the heart and the spine. One more breath here. And now just moving very slowly and fluidly. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. Exhale, take the cactus arm, draw the elbows back, lift an open chest. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come to your halfway lift. Your choice. As you exhale, you can step directly to down dog, or you can move through one final Chaturanga Dandasana if you like. Stretch your body out in down dog. Breathe deeply here. Go ahead and come down to your hands and knees. Let's come to a seat on the mat. Bending the knees, bring the feet to the top of the mat, and then grab underneath your thighs, and then lift up through the spine and chest. Rock back just a bit so you can really feel the length of the spine. Pull the low belly in for strength. We're going to float the feet off the mat into a boat pose, Navasana. So getting our core, one last fire here. Draw the navel in, lift the chest, flex the feet, and breathe deeply. Steady focus. You can keep the hands here or release the hands for more of a challenge. Keep breathing deeply with each exhale, pulling the low belly in. Another option could be lifting the arms up, maybe straightening the legs. Wherever you're at, 3 more breaths. 2 more. Last breath. Place the feet down, reach the arms forward, and then slowly curl down onto your back. 1 vertebra at a time, nice and slow. And once you're on your back, I'd like you to hug your knees into your chest, wrap the arms around the knees, and then just give yourself a couple little rocks side to side, releasing the spine. And we'll come right into a happy baby to release those hips. So you could keep the hands on the knees and just open the knees wide. You might grab to the backs of the thighs, calves, or feet, and then open the knees and feet while pressing low back down. Try not to let the spine round. This will help release the back. So that's why maybe holding thighs would help. Head and shoulders down. Breathe deeply. If you'd like, you can rock side to side here. Steady breaths. One more breath here. And then pull the knees back together, bending the knees again. Let's open the arms out wide. Cross your left thigh over your right, like you're sitting cross-legged in a chair, and then pull both knees to the left. We'll come into a twist in this variation if it's okay. If this is too much for your spine, just unwind the legs and keep the knees together. This variation will cause a little deeper action into spine, but also with that left leg pulling the right knee, you might get into that outer right hip and glute as well. Feel free to turn your head towards right shoulder, just encouraging the shoulder to the ground. Return to long, deep breaths into the spine. Maybe close your eyes or keeping the mind turned off, engaged here in the present with the breath. One more deep breath here. And then you can unwind the legs first if you like, or keep them as you come back up. And then we'll switch to the other side. Right thigh on top of left, or if you're choosing, just keep the knees together. And then pull the knees to the right. Gently moving into a deep expression of a twist here. And maybe feeling that into the left glute, piriformis. Head could fall towards left shoulder. Soften the eyes. Steady stream of breath. Feeling this gentle internal cleanse that a twist creates as well. One more breath here. And then gently come out of the twist. Unwind the legs and pull both knees back into chest. Wrap the arms around, and this time curl yourself in. Nice tight little hug, little ball pose. Forehead to knees. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, release into Shavasana. Let the legs lengthen out and open up nice and wide. Let the arms fall by the sides of the body. Palms face up, so feeling that opening of the chest and shoulders. And then completely relax here. Let your body and your mind come into stillness. Slow down the breathing. Let the breath come to a softer, quieter movement within, so drawing you deeper within as well. Feel your body and any tension dissolving into the earth beneath you, feeling supported by the earth. as the earth takes away any tension or stress, then also feel as if you're receiving this light and peace coming from the earth into your being. With each movement of the breath, feeling that flow through you. Enjoy this moment of simply just being, without movement, without thought. Feeling at peace within your body and your being. And just allow the effects of this practice to integrate through you, mind, body, and spirit. Shanti Om, Shanti Om, Shanti Feel the peace within you and share that peace outwardly into the world. And begin to deepen your breath, reawakening your body, your mind. Bring some movements back in, wiggling the fingers and the toes. Circle out the ankles and the wrists. And softly move your head side to side. And then stretch your body out into a full body stretch. Reach the arms back behind you, the legs long. Take a deep breath in and out. Bend your knees and roll onto one side, curling your body into a fetal pose. So rest on the bottom arm and draw the knees in towards the chest. Taking this little pause to just seal this practice in, all that you're feeling from this practice this morning. Keep it with you as you move off of your mat and into your day, as you enact with other people, including yourself. With the eyes closed, press yourself up to a seat. Join your hands together at your heart. Feel the palms pressed together, feeling that balance of the energies again. Our right and left side, our masculine and feminine, sun and moon, right at the heart space. Hope this practice brought you balance today. Balance and strength, focus, and peace and light. Let's close the practice with the sound of Om, cultivating that vibration within that connects us to the vibration of all beings everywhere, universal energy. Take a deep breath in. And then draw the thumbs to meet between the eyes, connecting your heart to your mind, to your higher mind, elevated mind, higher consciousness. Let's honor this practice we shared together. Let's honor each other, and let's honor all beings everywhere equally in divine love and light. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me today in this slow flow practice. I hope you are feeling wonderful and blissed and full of peace and light, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.